Hello, teacher Mariusta. This is Marco Antonio here, and on this video, I'll be talking about a successful plan in order to teach the past perfect, right, as part of my advanced midterm project. Um, Following the 3 steps that you just suggested, um, I'll begin with the first one, right? Is to tell to specify the objectives, and this will be these ones. Okay, let me just activate my spotlight right here. Okay, the first objective will be to get to know when and how use the past perfect. Okay, and of course, past perfect progressive as well. It's almost the same thing. And the second will be clearly distinguish between the past simple, past perfect, and past perfect progressive. The third objective would be to help students identify correctly from sentences context when to use one of these grammatical tenses mentioned before above. Also help learners notice from the context when to use a negative past perfect sentence, identify grammatical structures or formulas in order to build the past perfect correctly. Okay, so first the explanation. The past perfect helps us to identify if an event happened earlier. Okay, I'm sorry about it. By the way, all the events happen in the past. We are always talking about the past. Okay, and as one of the strategy in order to make them understand this topic better is to uh, make them distinguish between the use of past simple and the past perfect, right? As I was saying in my explanation, the events happened earlier in the past. Okay, if we just read example, when I met her, I have never been in a serious relationship, right? So both actions took place in the past, but the second one, the one which has the past perfect, the one which has had plus a verb in past participle, is in past perfect and indicates that shows us that event happened before the other event, and both of them happened in the past. In the second example, we can notice, he noticed that I had cleaned the car, so it was clean and shiny, right? So first I cleaned the car, then he noticed that it was clean and shiny, okay? And we also use it to specify the duration from early in the past. For example, when she died, she had been married for 48 years, right? One more time, there was a time, exactly 48 years that they have been married, and then unfortunately she passed away. Both actions are in the past. When she died, it's past simple. They had been married for 48 years. It's past perfect, okay? This is the grammatical formula for the use of past perfect, right? To form positive sentences, we always will use the same have or the contraction. For question, we just invert the order, right? And of course, we add a question mark. For negative, we just add the negation right after the have, the verb had. And for short answers, this is the use, right? And here we have a line of time to help us understand even better, to clear any doubts, when to use the past perfect, right? I opened the door and I saw that someone had left a note, right? So which of these two actions took place first? The one in past perfect. Someone had left, then I came, and then I opened the door and I saw it, and I saw that someone had left a note. Here we have more examples, okay? We use the past perfect when we are talking about the past, and then we talk about something that happened earlier in the same past, right? In the past, 2 more examples. When I got out of work, I saw that somebody had stolen my car. So we are using here a simple present in this sentence and a past perfect tense in this sentence, right? And with this, we make events clearer, which of the two happened first. So in this case is someone had stolen my car, and then I noticed when I got out of work. Here's another example. Yesterday, my mother told me that she had seen you in the park. Both events in the past, And which event happened first? Yeah, a mother saw you, all right? And then it happened yesterday, right? Step number 2 is teaching or learning activities. Okay. When we explain this to students, we should ask them, right? When to use past perfect or past simple? And one more time, once again, to make clear the chronology of events. All of them are in the past, of course, but if we want to specify that an action took place before another action in the past, that's when we use the past perfect, like we see in the examples, okay? When I arrived, she left. Those two sentences are in the past, right? But if you've noticed right here, when I arrived, she had left. She had left is in the past perfect, so she left before I arrived. Now here we have a warning. Don't get confused with the contraction I, because it could be referring to would from the context, you see. I love to go to your party. Meanwhile, this contraction refers to past perfect. I noticed that he'd been eating my cake, okay? Strategies to check students' understanding. Of course, the most effective is to make exercises and just to check the students' understanding, and they have the chance to apply what they has just learned, right? In here, I have selected 2 examples with a multiple choice. Sorry about the noise. For example, my mom was angry when I sat down to watch TV, right? But from the context, the students should be able to identify that we need a negative past perfect, okay? Because it says my dinner, and because the mom was angry. Why would her or his mom would be angry? Because I, in the example, I hadn't finished my dinner. With this is negative past perfect, right? The option B is not good for us because we're talking about simple past, and we want to make clear the chronology of events. Okay, and the third one is not correct because the verb should be in past participle, right? So the first one is the right option. Hadn't finished, negative because of the context to make sense, and the correct grammatical formula, right? Had or hadn't, positive or negative, plus the verb in past participle. And the second example I just chose is I couldn't open the door because, right? The right option is I've forgotten the keys at work. Okay, option A is not correct because, one more time, the verb is not in the past participle, so we rule out this option and forgot the option C doesn't have the verb had. Okay, that was it. I hope you like it and enjoy the video, and of course the explanation. Thank you very much.